Hello users, and welcome to another episodic installation of Above It All, the series in which I discuss politics. And I'm on Reason.com right now, because I'm a very reasonable person. This is the first article that I found on Google when I looked this up because I wanted something on the screen that I can just have on the screen while I talk about this subject. So, throughout the coronavirus pandemic, the DOJ, Department of Justice, is kind of under the table, like so. You have the table, like right here. Here's the table. So, like, they're, like, under the table. So, they're under the table trying to semi-quietly get Congress to allow them to detain people indefinitely up to about 1 year after the pandemic ends, which is kind of a subjective kind of end date. It's not like a solidified date, of course. And that's not good. That's not good. Now, obviously, this sounds, people might look at this and they might say, sounds reasonable, because, you want to prevent a spread of the coronavirus. However, the issue comes in that the Department of Justice can use these definitions of disorderly conduct. They can use them on whoever they want, and that's the big issue. This is a gigantic issue for civil rights and your personal liberty. So this is one of those situations where I agree with the libertarians on. The best thing in the world that we could do is just force people to stay at home. Now, when I say force, I don't mean you get like a military around them, and I don't mean you put like an ankle bracelet on them, but force as in give them everything that they would ever need directly delivered to their doorstep. Deliver their food, their medicine, pay their bills so they don't need to leave the house until the pandemic is over. If you give someone all the resources they need to survive and just say, hey, stay at home for a while, shut down all the stores, then no one would need to go outside. Like, yeah, sure, there might be a few jackasses that abuse their rights or whatever to try to, like, hurt people. But, I mean, it's one of those situations where it's so easy to see if you were to have, like, a good system in place where people can get what they need through mutual aid networks, that something like this wouldn't even really need to arise. And the problem here is that we don't have these mutual aid networks. And so people might see this as like a last ditch, we need to do something, and this is the only thing that the government's trying to do, and they're de facto support that. But bad idea. Definitely don't take your eyes off of Bill Barr's Department of Justice, because he is cooking up some very diabolical shit, and I highly recommend that you do not buy into it, even if it sounds good on the surface, because we all know, like ICE, for example, is still doing their raids in undocumented communities, so there's going to be so much more open for the doors of, the neo-Gestapo in our country if they get this passed. So must be vigilant, and call your fucking reps. Hang them up. Give them a ring. Hi! Please don't do this! Thank you! That's all you need to do. Maybe be a little bit more aggressive, but not too aggressive. You don't want to, make it seem like you're giving them a death threat or something. But, yeah. Not good, folks. Not good.